Hello everybody, how you doing today? It's Superfiend here, and welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster Whacky World. The last few episodes, we've been trying to get the park under control in terms of park management and get it profitable. We're earning minus 8,000 per month right now, so we're not doing a very good job of it. And part of the reason is because the guests are very thirsty, and they also have a little bit of hunger. And the reason their happiness and energy is probably down is because of the thirst. And last episode, we added a couple drink stalls over here, and I think drink and food stall and some restrooms over there, and I think we added some over here too. Since then, I went in and I played around with this a little bit. The way that they used to be situated was they were running this way, and the queues for these stalls went this way. But I kept getting pop-up notifications saying that the line for the drink and food stall was too long, or they weren't going to wait, or they would walk up, and because the path was so short, they'd walk up and they would just immediately walk away. So what I did is I gave them both a much longer walkway to go up to them. So presumably, we could have people lined up all the way back to here. For these things. Of course, they're not really lining up that far. They're just kind of getting that close and then walking away. Let's see why they're walking away. What was, there's no room to queue. How could there be no room to queue? They got this entire thing. There's no room to queue for Gulpy Energy or Tiki-Chi. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, now, it's a shame it's so busy. That makes more sense. Let's see why somebody else is upset. No, he managed to get one. Okay, let's see. Who else is going to... Okay, they're walking away. What's their deal? It looks too big right now. Really? That's too big? You can't wait that long for your beverage? It looks too busy. I'll try somewhere else. So one of the issues that we're probably having in here is we need more training on these staff members. They're already skilled. Next level will be expert. So we probably need to go into the work roster here. And we need to find those staff members. And we'll sort them by the roster assignment. And they're all the temple food people. They're still being paid $100 a month, and they're still really happy. So it used to be before the update, like one of the last updates, it used to be that their salary needed to be whatever their training cost was. But now their training cost is $175, and I'm not paying them nearly that much, and they're still happy. So some things have been adjusted in that regard. Let's go ahead and give them each one more level of training, and that will kick in after they go into the staff building that's over here, and we'll just see if that makes a difference with these queues or how people line up for these things. Now, another thing worth noting is I did go and I added some decorations on this. This one's mostly done, and I was careful. It's awfully close to the monorail, but I was careful to make sure that there was no clipping between the building and the monorail car as it went by. This one is not done. It still looks a little crappy. And unfortunately, there are no like straw shack building tops like this that have this texture and this look and feel to them that don't have a bunch of stuff hanging off the bottom. So in order to make this work, you have to have like scenery pieces hanging down in here. And another thing I did, I'm going to pause it again so I don't have to compete with all the guests. Another thing I did is these are the archways out here, and this is a smaller archway. And then I repeated the individual archways, this one. I repeated them in here because it helps to block the texture. Whoops, that was the totally wrong thing. I wanted to click on this. So without that archway there, you can see the tile and stuff that's here. But when we put the archway in, it helps to conceal it a little bit. And then I also added wood planks. Okay, that's not what I want to get out of the way. I added some wood planks here, and so when we remove those, the tile again is unveiled. And then in the back, if I can select it down here, this is one of the new pieces from the Adventure Scenery Kit. I just put that down there as if it were the floor. And if we remove those, then again, you can see the tile. So adding those little things in just is to kind of conceal the tile. I could take go the extra mile and conceal the tile over here. I'm not going to go that far with it. And we'll probably do more decorating with this building. But for now, it's as good as it needs to be. It just kind of fits the theme a little bit. But I want to make it look more piratey and maybe add some pirate scenery to it. And I'll do the same with these ones over here. I also added a little plaza right here. I didn't like the way the path was that went through here, and so I just changed it up a little bit, and I put a bunch of picnic benches. Now, these are picnic tables, and then these are picnic benches, and the picnic benches are kind of interesting. I don't know what the difference between the picnic benches and the regular benches are. So, like, if we go in here and we go to the path extras, you have benches, okay? You have these benches. Like, here's an adventure bench, and then you also have, where is it? Picnic benches. Here's the pirate picnic bench. And then there's also a pirate picnic table. So I don't really know what the difference is between the picnic benches and the regular benches. I'm not really sure. Like, here's the regular Western bench. We have a Western rustic bench and a fine bench. But then you go in here and there's a Western picnic bench. We got spooky picnic benches. There's no adventure picnic bench. Yeah, there's an adventure picnic table, but no adventure picnic bench. So I don't know if that's an oversight or what on Frontier's part. Anyways, they keep breaking them. And the reason they keep breaking them is, as we looked at earlier, people are still unhappy. Now, as I said last episode, we put some shops down, and that was in an effort to get people happy again. Oh, I also addressed this path. We'll come back to that in a minute. But the big cause of the unhappiness is people are still very thirsty. So what we're going to do is very haphazardly, if I can click on the X correctly, is we're just going to throw down some very simple drink stalls, and we're going to try with the water. I think where's the water? Pipshot Water. Okay. So we're just going to add a couple of these around the park. I'm going to pause it while I do this, and oh, I'm still in the building editing mode. That's why it's being silly. And we're going to call this a haphazard water so that I know that this is one of the ones I have to come back to later. And let's see. Happier, happier, happier. Ice will make guests happier in the water, but not in the other stuff. And does it also reduce the running cost? So it's 200. Adding a lot of ice reduces the running cost by quite a bit, actually. And then we'll add some lemon slice, and then on these ones here, we'll add a lot of ice, and we'll do some berry flavoring, just a little. And we're gonna charge 6 for that, and we'll charge 3 for that. And we're going to drop a few of these, okay? So we're going to drop a few of these buildings. So let's see. Can we do the duplicate? Will duplicating work? Boop. There we go. And I'm just going to scatter these around in really poor locations, basically. And the goal here is to just get the guests to stop complaining about the water. Okay, that's the goal here. I'm not trying to make it really good or anything like that. We just want them to stop complaining about the stinking thirst. Okay, this one will be kind of floating. Can we like give it a nice long queue? And the reason that one's floating is because of the terrain. It wasn't going to let me place it otherwise. And let's see. Let's drop one like right in here. We're not going to be able to drop it in here, but we can put it over here, I think. And with this one, okay, so we'll throw one right here. Oh, that one got obstructed. Now, are they all called haphazard water? Nah, it's not calling them. The reason I duplicated is I wanted to duplicate the name. Oh, that one did. Oh, you know what? Okay, so it did do it, but it's the building that has a different name. Okay, so that's working correctly, the way I wanted it to. And let's go ahead and just put a couple more over here. Let's see, where else can we squeeze one in? I guess we could squeeze one like right over here. Pipshot. And I don't know if this is going to settle all of their thirst needs or not. But I think it's going to do a little bit better than what we had before. And of course, we'll probably be bleeding money. And let's go ahead and just throw a couple over here. We'll put like one here. This is going to get expensive fast. Okay, we'll do that. And then the other thing I want to do, can we select the vendor inside yet? We can't select the vendor inside. So let's speed it up. Let's let it run for a moment. Okay, so now let's select each of these. And let's create a new work roster. Oh, we go to staff, work rosters. Okay, we want this building, that building, that building, that building. We got one here, here. We got one down there, and then I missed one. I feel like I missed one. There, 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 and there. I think that's all of them. We're going to call them haphazard water roster. We're going to save this. Okay. And then we're going to take each of the employees. You know, it's probably easier to do it this way by name. We can't, I wanted to do it by vendor name or shop name. That's it. Okay, so we'll do it this way. We'll select you, and you're going to be working. Okay, and this is why I added the word roster to the work roster, because the shop name is haphazard water, but we want haphazard water roster is what they work at. So that was this one. And what? No, I want to select the unstaffed. How's it unstaffed? Are they all unstaffed? What? Why are they unstaffed? There should be people in them. Okay. Okay, it didn't put the people in them when I duplicated it, I guess. All right, so let's add staff. Oh boy, staff. Okay, we got a vendor there. We got a vendor right there. We're gonna put one there. We got two of them back here. Boop, boop. Didn't drop that one. Okay. There better not be like 4 vendors that drop out of the sky over there. And then this one over here. Okay, and we'll slow it down. We'll let them fall. Okay, and then we'll assign each of them to haphazard water. Haphazard water roster. Okay, there we go. That's you. Okay, that one's good. Haphazard water roster. Haphazard water roster. We're going to get this guy here. Haphazard water roster. And that one. And this one. Okay. Now, if we go into here, all of our vendors, they should all have an assignment. There shouldn't be any free roaming people. If there's any free roaming people, then we know we got it goofed up. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And how many of the shops did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we got it lined up correctly. And then now what we're going to do is, I don't know how long it's going to take them to get there, but we built 7 of them. Let's add 3 more vendors to man them. Okay, and we'll let it run for a moment. And we'll pause it. And haphazard water roster. And, you know, I'm playing at 1440p, 2560 by 1440. And they give me this little tiny drop down here. And this is like when you go into the Microsoft settings, like the old dialog boxes, and you got a 1080p or widescreen monitor. And the dialog box is like 4 inches by 3 inches. Really kind of annoying. Give me more space, Frontier. Make this a little bit bigger. Haphazard water roster. Okay, so we should have 10 employees on that work roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And let's pay them all 100 because we're not going bankrupt fast enough. Okay, good. So now they're all earning 100. Some of our staff is earning way too much. And let's just real quick, let's look at all staff. And let's look at the workload. Okay, he's got a high workload. He's heading to the staff building. He's gonna get trained. Who is this? Pirate. Oh, this is the Tiki guy. Okay. He's got a high workload. Let's give him training. And let's look at the other workloads. We got a lot of people with a low workload. Well, some of them are the ones that we just hired, so that's fine. And then, what about happiness? Do we got any like really unhappy people? This guy's unhappy. He's just starting to work, so he's probably just nervous. But everyone else, for the most part, looks kind of okay. This is going to get very hard to control as the park gets bigger. We need a way to like group things and like segment the park into sections. Frontier, if anybody's watching. Okay, so that is like 16 minutes of just making water shops. Now, the other thing I did, forget about the octopus. The other thing I did is I cleaned this up a little bit, and I'm going to show you how I did that. And then I'm going to do it on this side, and maybe if we have time, we'll start building like a little plaza or food area over here, like a proper food area that's got food and drink and bathrooms and a picnic area. We'll try to like build that out over here, I think. And so people, you know, as they're coming through here, they can get their food. When they're getting off the monorail, they can get food, and then they can come sit over here and eat. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the bathrooms like around here, and the bathrooms are actually going to go like inside this building right here. That'd be kind of cool, I think. I don't know. We'll find out. So let me show you how I fix this, and we're going to pause it. We may not have time to do that, actually. I kind of wanted this to just be like a real quick episode. So let's go ahead. The way I fixed this is I deleted all this. Okay, so now it's a big mess. People can't get over there anymore. What happens if we... Big mess. Okay. And what I did is I went into edit building on the other side, and I duplicated that piece, and then I did it like that, and then I selected both of them, and I split them from the building, and then I dropped it just a little bit. And we'll say okay. After that, I went into the path, and we did railing on elevated. I don't have any railing in here. See, this whole floor now is pathway. It's a 2x8 pathway, I think, 2x8. So no railing on elevated, and select grid, boop, and then we want the square edges, and I basically just made this whole thing into path. But we can see that the side I'm working on right now is just a little too high. So we're going to lower this down just a little bit more to there. And we're going to do it again. And the reason I say it was too high is because the curb was poking out. Okay, and so now this whole thing is pathway. And then we can delete this. We don't need that anymore, I don't think. And then now we just want to connect these things up here. So let's see. We don't want to select grid. And like 5 meters. I think these are just 4 up top, yeah. And then these ones, we want the railing on the elevated. And we want the angle snap on. And then see if we can make it straight. Let's turn the angle snap off. Yeah, okay, angle snap back on. Okay. And then so now we got these nice little walkways, and what I'll do is I'll take like a cement piece that we can curve or slant, and we'll just cover the path up with it. And then over here, over here, this is a little trickier because this is all wacky now. Let's see. What we want to do is let's edit this again. Let's duplicate a piece. Let's put it on the floor. And let's go back to paths. Let's select grid. And we'll do square edges for now, just to see if we can. Okay, so we need to be able to get a piece in there. Okay. And we get rid of that. Go back to paths, and now we'll switch it up to, not 2, but okay, it wouldn't let me move it. Okay, so we want to connect this up. I guess that's okay. Really? What's wrong with that? And let's see, let's make this wider, like 10. And we'll get it like almost on the edge, but not quite. Really? Come on, how is that obstructed? The path system in this game, just no end of frustration doing paths. No end of frustration, absolutely none. You will be frustrated endlessly making paths in this game. It's like they're so necessary. Like, oh my god, look what it did. Oh no, okay, no, we can't have that. That all of this over here was like perfect. I'm not getting rid of that. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm not getting rid of all that over there. I'll get rid of this. How? How could that possibly be obstructed? The terrain? Unbelievable. What? Come on. Give me a break. How is that obstructed? Because of this? Frontier. And then look at that. I delete that one little segment. It takes away this whole thing. The whole damn thing disappears. What happens if I build a little bit off it? Oh, jeez Louise. Oh, come on. This is pathetic. Oh my goodness. All right, we're back to this. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. No, don't connect up there. And how come now control doesn't like do what it's supposed to do? When I hold control, it's supposed to not connect up there, but instead it gives me a circle down here. For Pete's sake. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right, let's edit this. Unbelievable. Okay, we're going to move all of that over there. And delete that piece. And the reason we moved all those is so that, you know, if we delete these, oh my goodness. It's just getting worse and worse. What a nightmare. Is so we can do that and not have it connect up over there. So, oh, come on. Okay, we got that. Now, what is going on here? Oh, mother effer. What is the problem with this? What is the deal with this piece right here? Oh my goodness. All right. All right, we're going to go 10. Just hideous. I mean, this looks so bad now. Frickin' path system. Paths in this game are... I'm sorry, the paths in this game are complete and utter garbage. I hate to be like that harsh with it, but it's just no end of frustration with the path system. Just absolutely, it's terrible. It's terrible fighting with them. Okay, let's see if we can do this. So maybe what we do is maybe this was too close. So let's see. Let's change the grid size to 1. And if we hold control, we can get a little bit more granular with this. So maybe we really only need the 1. Okay. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, you know what? I lied. Let's move that. And now it doesn't now it doesn't let me change the grid size. Sometimes I wonder if anybody in Frontier actually plays the game. I do wonder that sometimes. Those are the wrong paths. I don't want those. Okay, let's see. But the problem is this is not going to connect up to here nicely at all. We may be able to deal with that. I don't know. We'll see. And the terrain here is causing it to curve down. So let's fix this. Okay. Okay, there. So now we got like a nice little grid. Let's see if we can connect these to this. I'm doubtful. I really am doubtful. Okay, let's see. Yes. Get the angle snap off. Okay, so turning off the angle snap there gave us that. Now let's go Y to 10 and... Oh, boy. Oh, finally. Okay. You know what? It's not what I wanted, but apparently it's as good as we're going to get without having to go in and just utterly butcher and destroy this. And I'm very happy with the way this is. I'm not touching it. I'm not losing that bit. Okay, so now we need to come in up here. I thought this was going to be like a 4-minute exercise at most, and we would be well on our way to doing like a food court. So I don't think we're going to have time for that. Select grid from... Oh, not from these. Can I select grid from the path? Like, it lets me select grid from the path down here. But it doesn't let me select grid from the path up here. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we gotta delete those now. Okay, let's put these back. Actually, let's leave them over here still, but we're gonna duplicate one. We're gonna split them from the building. I'm gonna lower them to about there. And we're gonna do this again. Taking off the railing unelevated, select grid, get that one. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And turning on the railing unelevated. Turning on the angle snap as well. Really? Now this one is like... Now it won't line up nicely. Come on. There we go. That was better. That was better. Okay, good. Now here's the impossible bit. What I did on the other side is I increased it to 10. And I put it like right in the middle here. And I was able to get a nice ramp that connected down to the one over here. But you can see it's like it's much further away. And so how in the hell am I going to do this? How am I going to do this with their ridiculous path system? Maybe on this side we like come out the sides, because I mean this is just not going to work. This is not going to work at all. And if I delete this stuff over here, it's going to be all wonky and bad again. Let's see. I mean, look at what it's trying to do. Gosh. It's just, it's so bad. It really is bad. Okay. What about if we go down the 6 up here? Can we get anything that like wants to come out of the corner here? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, you know what? I thought we were going to be able to do something cool over here, but the ridiculous path system is just totally reaming me right in the anus. So we're going to end the episode here, and I'm going to fiddle with this off camera because I don't know how many hours I'm going to have to dump into this nonsense. Thanks a lot, Frontier. You've made a great game. Please bring the path system up to date and allow us to like... I'm so frustrated. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. You have a good afternoon. Take care.